Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we'll meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went above and beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, law firms, and their clients. So let's take a second and applaud Lawyers Who Care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Max Elliott. She is an attorney with the law offices of Max Elliott and focuses on estate and business planning in Chicago, Illinois. Welcome, Max.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for this opportunity. Great to be here.
A pleasure. So, Max, tell us how you came to be a lawyer.
It's a circuitous, very long story, so I'll try and keep it brief. I was always interested in helping people, and around the time that most folks start thinking about retirement, I decided the best way I could do it was actually to be a lawyer. And I wanted to be a human rights advocate. But considering when I was going into law school, I also had a family member who was already fighting in Afghanistan with NATO. And so during law school, I said, we've got enough members of the family in hot spots. So why don't I do something a little bit more traditional, a little bit more domestic? And so I decided to go into estate planning and estate administration.
And what did you do prior to this? Is a second career, or
this is actually so this is like I want to say a second or third career. So before going into law school, I worked for the American Bar Association in the international office that they had at the time, international liaison office. And that's when I got I think this is a great idea for my brain. Before that, I was a published author and also worked for Fortune 500 companies. So I've had a very interesting journey, shall we say.
Terrific. But all of that applies and is applicable to this stage.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Everything, business planning, understanding how to work with various types of clients and people, understanding deadlines, all of that is very applicable to what we do now. And I love it. So.
Wonderful. I'm sure your clients appreciate it. So tell us about a story where, you went above and beyond just the everyday case, management.
Sure, absolutely. So several years ago, a person contacted our office with a query to provide estate planning services for their parents, and so they had a relatively modest estate, no more than $500,000, and in fact, they had recently sold their home and moved into a lovely senior facility, and after I got the information from this person, I spoke confidentially, of course, with their parents and agreed to prepare a fundamental plan for them, right? Because they already were in a senior facility and didn't have any real estate. But as I began fact gathering, I realized that the family dynamics were really, really interesting and could actually upend any planning surrounding their care, so the care of this person's parents, if they were to become infirm and also upend the post-death administration, which we try to make as smooth as possible. And then another issue was that the father was very independent and strong-willed. He was a Korean War veteran and not just reticent about sharing that information about those family dynamics, right? But was also very apprehensive about having me do anything that could potentially jeopardize his VA benefits. And so we had several long conversations about their need to actually have difficult conversations themselves with certain family members. And so I shared with him and his wife information about how estate planning would actually help. It would help address those family dynamics. It would help them during their last years, protecting their care. And I also emphasized how estate planning would enhance his VA benefits and would help to ensure their intentions upon their passing were respected and also followed. And so again, it was really, really fundamental planning, but it involved long, long hours of counseling and also just a lot of education. So the result, though, was that it protected them as they became infirm. This was several years ago, and they were already very senior. So it gave authority to the person they identified as the one who should make decisions on their behalf and ensure their healthcare and end-of-life decisions were honored. And so, of course, as nature would have it, a couple of years ago, one spouse died, and then a few months ago, the surviving spouse died, and their child, who first phoned me so many years ago, rang me again a couple of months ago, as executor now, just really kind of feeling the pressure of those family dynamics. And we talked for about an hour, a little bit longer. During that time, I assured them that their authority was protected by the plan, and then before getting off the line, I told them to just phone me and contact me if they had any other questions or concerns. No billing, no anything like that. Yeah. And then I tell you, it was really interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I received this email, and I'm just going to read it. And I have permission. I'm not giving names. But it says, "Hi, Max. Thank you for the sound advice as always. Also, thank you for your thoroughness when you provided direction to me and my parents several years ago in preparing their wills and powers of attorney. I cannot count the days that I send much gratitude to you for instructing us to have the hard conversations then and put the correct documents in order. There was no way I could have seen what was coming, but your preparation made it easier to make the hard decisions that I faced because I knew what my parents wanted. You are God sent." I tell you, that sent chills up my spine when I received that lovely, lovely email. And so that's exactly what, and for me, I was just like, okay, this is why I do what I do.
Right. And also, you could use that you can almost put that up as a banner on your website. I mean,
I could.
That's in addition to your compensation, that is also part of the compensation that we get as professionals, and I'm sure that resonates in your heart and your soul and your brain.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I was so again, as I tell my team, it's sometimes drudgery because we're going through word after word after word after word, and we're going to meeting after meeting after meeting. But every once in a while, you get a communication, you get a testimonial, you get somebody to just send you something like that, and you say, "This is why we do what we do." At least that's what I say.
So Max, so that people can get in touch with you, could you give us your phone number twice, please?
Oh, sure. 877-535-1600. Again, 877-535-1600.
And where can they find you on the net?
Oh, maxelliottlaw.com. Very easy.
maxelliottlaw.com. And you're on social and...
I'm on LinkedIn. We have a Facebook page. We have Twitter, the usual social media. Yes. So feel free to follow us, connect. Yes. Very happy to engage.
Will do, Max. So just so everyone knows, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast. And today my special guest is Max Elliott. She, again, is an attorney at the law offices of Max Elliott and focuses on estate and business planning in Chicago, Illinois. Max, thank you so much for joining us. If anyone has any questions or would like to, if you are an attorney, would like to be a guest on this or know an attorney who would be appropriate, please reach out to us at info@samalinwealth.com. That's info@samalinwealth.com. Again, my guest today, Max Elliott. Max, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Andy. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Great.